Hi, Aquarius. This is your October 16th to your October 31st reading. I've already pre-shuffled your cards and laid them out, and I've already pulled your clarifiers for them. All right, Aquarius. Big important messages for you. The main situation that I can see for you right now in these next 2 weeks is making a decision. There's decisions that you need to make and within this month to start them. That lead to big changes. There's changes that you need to make that are necessary. They're impending. They're like imminent. Like you need to make these changes, and in order to make them, it requires some decision making on your behalf. These impending endings for you are parts of your life purpose. Okay. This is very deep reading. You have like 5 major arcana cards in here, and most of them are very spiritual, profound life lessons for you. So having all those in one reading, there's a lot here for you. Okay, Aquarius, you start out with King of Fire, okay, and it says focus, 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 communicate with vision, and be a leader, and advice from someone creative. Okay, so what I see for some of my Aquarius, I pulled clarifiers on them. Okay, it depends on how many prompted to pull that I pull for the card. You will have 3 of Cups, 20, which is Judgment, and then you have the Chariot. Okay, so when I see this in here for you, focus, focus. What I feel for many of you is you're hearing your calling right now. Okay, you're being prompted or guided, or you're getting urges to do something. And it's different for you. It's change. And that's why you're having a hard time making this decision. So when I see the King of Fire, when I see the Judgment card, you're hearing this calling. This tells me too that you're coming out of a very rough time when I see Judgment. There's like a rebirth within you and in your life that is going to change. It's going to be positive. You went through a very difficult time where a lot of things happened probably the last year, if not to 2. Okay, but it's all been a growing process for us. We were supposed to go through these things, and we were kind of in preparation stage during this time, not realizing it until Jupiter was going into Scorpio, which is today, October 10th. So it's been all these things have been occurring and happening, and these life lessons have been coming up for us, and challenges and obstacles, and kind of on how we've navigated through that has all kind of prepped us for this. So I know you went through something hard. It's like you rising up now and being from that experience that you went through, those life lessons you learned, you're being called forth to do something with it. Okay? So you're getting the call. It's part of your life purpose. And I think some of my Aquarius, you know that you went through this and what you endured and what you did to come out of it. And some of you are being called to actually teach that or do that in some way. We'll get into that a little later with the other cards. So with this calling in King of Fire, when it says focus, focus, communicate with vision, and be a leader, this is requiring you to step out and be a leader in your life and to answer this call. And I think what it's asking you is, like I said, the main thing I get is this is about changes that you have to make. They're not very easy changes, and the decisions to make those changes. Okay? And this is a very critical time for you to do that, and I'll tell you why in a minute. With 3 of Cups, it talks about success, joy, completion of something, happiness, and then you have the Chariot with it as well. These are your 3 clarifiers for the King of Fire. Okay? So I feel like it's asking you to answer this call and to go in that direction, because the Chariot is about going in the direction of your life purpose, of your calling, and letting you know that it brings victory. The Chariot is about victory as well. What I feel like the cards are saying is that if you go in this direction and you answer your call, you are going to have that joy, that happiness, that success that you want in your life. Okay, you're going to be very happy when you answer the call. So I feel like that's what this card and these clarifiers are telling you about this. Okay. I'm probably going to get tongue-tied in your reading because there's so many different messages here with all the major arcana. So just bear with me. I'm trying to explain it to you without going all over the place with the cards. So that's one message. Okay. Your calling is upon you. You've overcome something great. Now you're being called to do something with what happened, that experience in your life. Okay. And you're being told if you do take that path, you hear it, you know what it is, Aquarius, that it does lead to victory and it gives you that joy, happiness, and success that you want in your life. Okay. And it's saying that now is a very important time to make these changes. When I say they're impeding, it means they're imminent changes for you to make. Okay. Now is the time for you to answer this call and fulfill your life purpose because you have the wheel, which is like the wheel of fortune. And this is a time of positive change, okay? A situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side, okay? So I love seeing that card in any reading, all right, for anyone that I read for. All right, so this is a time of positive change. However, I'm going to forewarn you. You have to make the changes. The changes don't always just happen. And if they usually do just happen, they're not the way we want them. They're usually like with the tower. They're disruptive and they pull up the rug underneath our feet, okay? And everything comes crashing down. You don't have the tower. So it's telling you, make the changes, make a decision, okay? It's letting you know that a situation moves forward. For some of you, the situation involves a relationship. You have Queen of Water. It says relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition and care for yourself and others. You got 2 or 3 cards that talk about trusting your intuition right now. Because it has to do with your life purpose. Okay. So it has to do with a relationship, and then you have Page of Earth coming in. Okay. Page of Earth says there's good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging in a new area of study. And I think Aquarius, I think you had this in the beginning of October. You had the Eight of Earth. This is at the bottom of your deck. And it talks about skilled work being rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, and going back to school. So this could be one of the changes that you're going through or that you need to make. It has to do with some type of work you're doing or a different area of study that you're doing. You're wanting to do something else, something more challenging, or you feel inclined or drawn to study something else. However, that can be scary sometimes, especially if it's something that you've never done and you're not sure where you're getting the messages from, if it's something that's way out of the ordinary. And that has happened to, I think, a lot of people in the last 2 to 3 years. People are being guided and led to lead more spiritually based life careers, practices, professions, or heart-centered careers. They're moving away from their corporate jobs and careers of what they thought they should do or what they thought was going to emotionally fulfill them or lead them to happiness. And people are just waking up and they're realizing, no, this does not make me happy. This does not emotionally fulfill me. And people are being guided to go in other areas. That's a very hard change to make. I know I've experienced it myself. Okay. It's a very hard change. However, what Spirit is saying to you is these changes are part of your life purpose. When it says be a leader, they want you to be a positive example for other people too. So other people will follow. So it's a time of positive change for you. There's going to be a situation that moves forward, and there's good fortune on your side. And you have Page of Earth supporting that, with good news about financial matters. And then you have, it could be a situation move forward with a loved one as well. Okay. So underneath your reading, before I go into the bottom line, you have the Hierophant. All right. So seeing this with the number 20, the Judgment card. The Hierophant is a very spiritual card as well. And it talks about choosing a path. There's 2 paths right here. Okay. Taking a path that this path does 2 things for you. It leads you to self-discovery of who you truly are. Okay. Why you were actually here in this world. Your life purpose. Not the society conditioned purpose that you thought your whole life you were supposed to do or be. And it's the path that aligns um, with you. It helps you come into a place of self-discovery. So on this path, you could very well experience and learn a lot of hidden talents, abilities, and skills that you never thought you had, okay, until you explore this path, all right? So one, it's the path that you're meant to be on, that your life purpose is on, but it also helps you discover yourself, okay? So that's why you're being called to move in this direction, okay? And I think what they're saying is it's time to make these changes. This is the time to start making them. And in doing this, you have the high priestess. She listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting. So it's very careful, like I said, up here with this, when I discuss these cards. What brings you to this? Think about what you want. For most of you, you want a very happy family life. You want financial security, and you want to experience the magic in life because you have 10 of Earth right here. This is what you want. Listen to your intuition as to what brings you to that, okay? This path that you're going to embark on, hopefully some of you guys will make this change, is going to lead you to that 10 of Earth. And that is what you're desiring. That is actually what you're desiring, Aquarius, okay? And it looks like when you make these, when you listen to your intuition and you make these necessary changes, you're going to see this positive change and you're going to see the situation move forward, okay? Then you have 7 of Water. This is a complex decision for you, okay? And it says it's, there's a need to do more research, and it tells you to stop procrastinating. So some of you have known that these changes were supposed to come for a long time, okay? Maybe you didn't know what they were, maybe you didn't have clarity on them, or you weren't sure how to go about doing them, but it's telling you this is the time to do it now with the wheel, okay? Because whatever you do, it's saying the wheel's going to turn in your favor, okay? So this is a time for you to act. I pulled some clarifiers on it. I pulled the High Priestess again, okay? You need to do some meditation, something, okay? You need to go within your subconscious. Definitely find out what your intuition is telling you to do at this time and follow that and heed to the guidance of that, okay? And then when I pull the other card, it's the 10 of Wands, okay? I feel like for many of you, this decision that you make and with you following your intuition ends this cycle for you, this 10 of Wands cycle, feeling very burdened and weighed down and very heavy in all the things that you're entrapped with in life, okay? I feel like this is a very heavy energy. So I feel like when you make this decision to finally go in the direction that you're being guided to go in, the 10 of Wands energy, it stops for you, okay? And then you have 6 of Air. It says things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, and possibly taking a trip, okay? So it looks like some of my Aquarius, you're going to make these changes, okay, no matter how hard they are. You're realizing they're a part of your life purpose. You're realizing you need to go in this direction, that you can't put it off anymore. And when you do, you're going to see that positive change that goes in. You're going to see the situation move forward. You're going to see the financial matters increase. You're going to see the happy family home life that you've been wanting. Your advice card, Aquarius, you have 5 of Fire. Okay, so it says there's competing goals and bothersome details, and there could possibly be conflict with others. And when you take a new direction or you go on a new journey, 5 of Fire is really, it's conflict. It can be your own inner conflict though as well, or it can be egotistic conflict with others too. How they feel you should be doing things. Maybe they feel like you shouldn't make those changes. You shouldn't go in that new direction. You shouldn't start that new line of study. You shouldn't go back to school. That's their egoistic viewpoints that you're battling, okay? Or they're your own. I feel like some of you have competing goals. I feel like you have more than one goal that you have in mind to do, and that's why you have 7 of Water there too, and you're having a hard time making a decision. Remember, you could just only work on one of them at a time. If not, you're going to be overwhelmed. So use your intuition to guide you to see which goals you should start working on first. Don't try to work on them all at once, because if you do, You're going to stay in that 10-1 energy. Then you have the Hangman. I pulled a clarifier on it. So the Hangman is a very spiritual card as well. And it's about spiritual enlightenment. Okay? It's about releasing toxic, see how he's upside down? Toxic emotions, negative emotions. It's about releasing things that don't serve us any longer. Okay? There's several different meanings to this card, but I feel like the ones that I'm giving you fit more with your reading with the World card and the Hierophant in there for you. Okay? It's about surrendering. Okay? Surrendering to old beliefs, mindsets, habits, all of that. Okay? It's a card of spiritual enlightenment. All right? We all in humanity are trying to reach a stage of enlightenment in our life. It's the end of human suffering. Okay? And a lot of us are trying to figure out and make goals. How do we get there? What do we do to get there to reach that point of enlightenment? And in order to do that, you have to figure out what needs to be released from you. What is it that causes pain and suffering? Okay? And for most people, it is their mental thoughts and processes, okay, which keeps a lot of negative, heavy emotions in them. Okay? So it's asking you to surrender to all of that old belief system that you have. It's asking you to release all the limitations that you've put on yourself. Okay? It could be a variety of things, all right? But the Hangman there says it's time to surrender, okay? And it's time to move along this path that's meant for you, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is about destiny as well. Mind you, your life purpose is something that you're destined to do, but far too often it's so unfamiliar to us that we're so afraid to step out in it. It causes us to step out of our comfort zone. And a comfort zone is really just a psychological state that gives us a sense of content and ease in our life. But however, it still produces low levels of anxiety and distress for us. It's asking you to release all that of what doesn't serve you. Is there a job that doesn't serve you? Is there a career that doesn't serve you anymore? Is there a relationship? Are there addictions? Are there thought patterns? Are there habits that don't serve you? Whatever that may be for you, okay? But I feel like it's asking you to release what doesn't serve you in your life and in your world, and to just put your energy and intention on the goals and the things that you want to manifest. If you want to manifest this happy family life and this financial security, and you want to experience all the magical things in life, then it's asking you to focus on those goals and release everything else. Okay? Release anxiety, worry, fear, lack, poverty, insecurity, low self-esteem, whatever it is for you, okay? Release all that and put your attention on the goals that are going to bring you to what you want. And what they're saying is, this is the time to do it. This is a time of positive change. However, it requires you to make some pretty big, significant changes in your life. And your job is to decide what are those changes and what puts me on my path, my life purpose. Because when we serve our life purpose serves us. And I'm getting that very strongly for you, Aquarius. Okay? Alright, Aquarius, that was your reading. Very, very in-depth. A lot of messages. A lot about your calling. A lot about you even to surrender to the old ways, the old life. A lot about getting on the right path and going in that spiritual journey that leads to self-discovery and aligns you to who you really are, where your innate abilities and skills can be discovered. It could be a journey, trust me, and it could be very scary, but it's very important for you to do this though, so that you can have the changes that you want in your life. Although not easy, you do have guidance. You're getting guidance in this reading, okay? You got a lot of spiritual guidance in this reading. I hope this reading answered any questions that some of you may have had, or any hesitations or doubts, or just anything maybe you weren't sure of. I hope this reading gave you that information and knowledge and insight that you needed. If you guys want to reach out to me, all my information is in the description box below. I hope that you are able to make the changes and decisions that you meant to make. Keep me updated and posted. I always love hearing from you guys. And I'll see you guys for your November reading.